Yeah, 2 minutes. We're live, Troy.
We're live.
Don't look so surprised.
On my end, it's saying setting up. As always, I'm
on
late.
My end.
Yep, I gotta make sure I close this out.
How you doing, Troy?
Because I'm on the Facebook. Oh, I'm doing well, Neal. How about you?
I don't know. I don't own a TV. I might be in trouble.
Oh, let's see here. How are we gonna see if anybody comments?
See if anybody's
I guess
watching. Oh, see, that's a problem when you're on Zoom. I can look at my phone. You got your phone?
That's what I was just gonna try. Since it's not officially 8 yet.
It's 8 o'clock somewhere. It's sometimes they're 90 seconds ahead of us. Where am I going to find this? Must be on your page. There we are. Oh, I got to turn that down. All right. Yeah, it's happening, Troy. 4 people are watching us.
Are they?
They are. Well,
they were.
according to my sources.
Well, thanks for joining us.
My mom is watching. She's going to remember some of these theme songs.
Great.
I know my mom remembers the Snoop Sisters. I know that for a fact. Yeah.
So I guess I'll give a short introduction here, Neal, and we'll go from there.
Do that.
Well, for those of you that are watching, this is Neal and I, obviously. Nervous Neal Smith. I'm Troy Rangel.
I'll be Neal tonight.
Okay, I'll be Troy.
To eliminate any confusion.
And earlier in the pandemic, I had suggested to Neal that maybe we should do a live stream sometime of the type of conversations that we have sometimes when we get together. That some people find interesting. And others have said that we should also. So this is our attempt at that, but we'll limit it to 1 hour just to for everybody's
sanity. Yes.
And
you froze, Troy.
We're going to do a theme, so the theme will keep us going with the TV theme. And so Neal and I haven't really worked anything out other than earlier we did talk about a couple themes that we remembered. And so we'll see what happens.
Yep. What's going to happen, Troy?
I don't know if you want to start, Neal, or...
I'm afraid. I'm afraid.
Well, I'll start then. I'm going to do one right off the bat. That
it says that my mom is. Claire Dobbs is here too. Good evening, Claire. My mom is here, and I know my mom remembers the Snoop Sisters, right, okay. Mom? Mom remembers the Snoop Sisters, Helen Hayes and somebody. And the Snoop Sisters were on Sunday nights on NBC, but only one time a month. They would rotate 4 shows on NBC on Sunday nights. And that's how McLeod got his start, and Columbo, and McMillan and Wife, and Quincy. Who was that? The medical examiner.
Jack Klugman.
Jack Klugman. And they would rotate these shows, and if they were successful, then they would spin off into their own series and be on weekly.
Don't look so surprised.
That's me.
Yeah, sorry about that. I hit the wrong button.
No, that's all right. So it was presented as an umbrella thing, the NBC mystery movie, and it had a theme song. Should I play it? Yeah. I got to think of it. Oh man, it was just on my head. but it was played on like a theremin type of instrument, and it showed this guy walking down this murky background, and he was showing a flashlight, and it would illuminate the credits. And it was the NBC Sunday Night Mystery Movie series, and the song was written by Henry Mancini.
Oh, okay. I did not know that.
And
Yeah.
I always thought that was the coolest song, and I could never find it on any of his albums. And when the Henry Mancini box set came out, it had that on it, so it's like, well, I got to buy it.
Sure.
You can't go
Who
wrong
wouldn't?
with Mancini anyway.
No.
And it had some other TV theme songs from the 70s on it too.
Well, he wrote I know we're sticking to the 70s, but he wrote the Newhart theme in the 80s.
Yes, and he wrote the NBC Nightly News theme too.
Oh, I didn't know that.
One of them. Yeah. I'm not sure that I can remember how that one goes.
I don't remember the Sunday night mystery. I don't remember that.
You're probably doing something more productive on Sunday nights.
I doubt it. I would have been searching for a comedy maybe or something. I don't know.
There you go. What was on Sunday night? I wish I had the TV guide with me from 1973.
Yeah, that would be nice.
Just read
maybe
that.
I was watching Walt Disney's thing or whatever they had.
Oh, well, this would have been after Disney because we always watched that too.
Okay.
That was on like at 6:30 or 7 or something.
Yeah, it was an earlier show. I remember that.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
yeah, this would have been later because it was mystery and intrigue and the suggestion of violence.
Yeah, you don't want all the kids seeing all that stuff.
No.
Well, I've got a theme for you from the 70s, Neal.
All right.
Just because of all the technical difficulties that I could incur, I'm going to leave it to the guitar.
Night is young.
And instead of switching to the bass, but it's this one.
Yeah. We did that in jazz band when I was in high school. Because
did you really?
Yeah, we couldn't swing. We did lots of 70s TV theme songs in high school jazz band. We did that in Laverne and Shirley. That was
nice.
Who played on that?
That was the theme from Barney Miller.
It was Barney Miller. Who played? Do you remember? It's really hard to find out who the session players were for those TV ones.
Yeah, and I remember looking that up before, and there was different people saying that different people did it. But what I did learn is that each year, or say the first 4 seasons, they had different recordings of it and different people doing it.
Oh, wow.
And then they had a single of it. And David Foster plays the keyboards on the single version.
Well, that makes sense. He played keyboards on everything.
And Chuck Finley is somewhere in there. You know?
Yeah. Okay.
He was on one of the seasons. He was the player.
That's an iconic riff.
Yeah.
That was one of those that when you were in high school, every bass player had to know how to play that riff.
Exactly.
Yep.
Even after high school.
Oh, it endured.
Yeah. Well, only with people from that era.
Yeah.
Because if somebody found out to play the bass, they immediately say, "Oh, Barney Miller," you know, and then Barney Miller, and you know, I'd have to go there.
Yeah.
And I could fake my way with just the first few notes, and they thought I'd know everything about it. Just give them.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Just give them that much, and they're satisfied. Yep. No need to go into all of it.
Yeah, you don't have to do the whole thing.
Well, if you'd like to share next, Neal.
I'll just play. It's another Mancini one.
Oh, okay.
I think you'll remember this one. It'd be nice if somebody in the comments would go, "Oh, I know what that one is," before we say it. We're spoiling them all. Do you know it? You know it.
No, it came to me later, but I can't remember where it's from.
Dude, we were just talking about this.
The melody I recognize.
I'll take it down an octave. I'm not playing it well. That's the problem.
Oh, it's too joyful for Barnaby Jones.
It's not Barnaby Jones.
Or the streets of San Francisco.
It's not Streets of San Francisco. It was a sitcom. It wasn't dramatic.
What's happening?
It's What's Happening.
Yes.
with Raj and Rerun and who was that? Dwayne?
Yes. Dwayne.
That was it, yeah. Dwayne. And Roger's little bratty sister.
Yes.
Henry Mancini wrote that. That's in the box set too. I'm not trying to sell the Henry Mancini box set if anybody still buys CDs, but it's on there. It's on there.
He wrote that, huh?
Henry Mancini did, yes.
No, I didn't know that.
Isn't that? Yeah, and it doesn't have any French horns in it, which is weird. It's like Mancini's trademark is like, we got to have 6 or 7 French horns in there. Yeah, what's happening?
Wow. Yeah, that was a good series. I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Well,
and I didn't even play the bridge. The bridge is a winner though on that song. What do you got? You gonna?
Well, I'm gonna go with
Don't
as
tell
I've
me.
jokingly told many people.
Yeah.
It was really hard as a child, being half Hispanic, to find any Hispanic TV shows.
Yes.
And they're usually short run, outside of years later when George Lopez actually had a show.
Yep.
But before that, it was very rare to find one. And the only one we could find, and he wasn't Mexican, he was a Puerto Rican character. But it's
Does
the
that
closest
count?
we could get. Well, not really. There's a body of water between Puerto Rico and Mexico. So,
all right.
And so this was the thing.
You can turn that up a little bit.
And the chords were.
Claire got it. Claire knows what it is. The man, he ain't so hard to understand. I can't sing. Hey, Claire, do you know who sang that? I'm watching my phone.
And the bridge. Oh, my fault.
I wonder if my singing is in time with your playing.
No. Things will get. And
He even did an improv at the end.
yeah.
Even though you did, like, yeah. I don't think. Yeah, Claire got the show right. It's Chico and the Man. Chico and the Man.
Yeah, with Jose Feliciano.
Jose Feliciano. Kurt got it. Kurt's on it.
Oh, Kurt's
house,
here.
right?
Great. Great. All right.
Kurt's even wearing his mask. I can tell.
All right. Good.
Jose Feliciano, yeah.
Yeah. And so,
That's a great song.
And there's an episode that I shared with you a long time ago where Jose Feliciano appears on the show and he sings that song while Chico's listening to him.
Yeah, that's really weird. How do you do that? That's like breaking which wall is it? Fourth wall.
Because
acting.
He's singing to the character.
Kurt is driving.
Oh, is he? Okay. Well, don't get in a wreck.
Yeah, don't get in a wreck. Do not drive and text.
So that was our big Latin song that we had for us Hispanics and TV show themes. That's all we had.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of what the TV show of My People would have been, Troy.
Yeah.
Hang on.
Well, it depends on what type of people you're associating with.
It was Hee Haw. I see myself in Junior Samples. Yeah. It was at Lawrence Welk.
My grandfather on my mother's side was a lot like Archie Bunker.
Oh.
He looked like him and kind of talked like him every now and then. And so we'd always be like, hey, there's Grandpa, when you're little kids, because you don't know any better yet.
Yeah. That was an interesting theme song, too. Performed by the cast members. I think Freddie does the closing theme to that one, which I think might be an older song.
Yeah.
Yep.
Those were the days or something like no.
Those were the days. Yeah, but I think that might have been written for the show. It seems like it. Yeah, because it's about nostalgia.
Mm-hmm.
In keeping with their characters.
But there were a lot of great TV themes in the 70s.
I know. Yeah, by famous people too. I got one for you.
All right.
Played on the soprano sax, in fact.
Ooh, all right.
And by another famous band leader, kind of. Now I got okay. Yeah, okay, I got it. I have to imagine the opening credits.
Yeah. Oh.
I should have learned. I should have practiced these. I wasn't. Do you know that one?
Yeah. That's Sanford and Son.
I think this is somebody you know, Vay Rodriguez Jr.
Oh, yes. Irby.
You said Kenny G. I don't know what Kenny G means. Is that some kind of code for something, Troy?
I don't know who he is. Yeah, I don't know what that means either.
Oh, is it a person? Yeah. Kenny G is a person.
He might be. I'm not sure.
Kurt Matherly says S and S very cryptically. Claire got it. Sanford and Son. That's what Kurt meant by S and S. Do you know who was the artist, Troy? Do you know who?
Well, I know the composer was Quincy Jones.
Yeah, I think he put it together. Well, he got credit for putting that together. I'm assuming it was his musicians or something. I
always like the part where it goes.
Yeah. Break it down.
Yeah, that 1 to 4 type thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Vay is just, he said, Kenny G's got nothing on me.
Oh, okay.
I don't know what that means either.
Yeah, if we only knew who Kenny G was.
He's some kind of a mobster or something like that.
I don't know.
He's not coming out to get me because I'm not worth the trouble.
Well, I got one for you, Neal.
All right.
Another favorite of mine. And this guy, he was a recording artist before he had this theme.
Okay. Welcome back. The dreams were your ticket out. Yep.
That's
Welcome back.
and do you remember who did it?
I'm trying to see if it'll show up in the comments because I know who it was. In fact, I was looking at my 78 albums. I've got some 78s that are in a bound album, like maybe a couple dozen of them. And I've got a 78 album set of this guy's dad playing harmonica classics. His
Really?
dad had a record contract with Columbia, and was famous as a harmonica player in the mid to late 40s, I guess, early 50s. Kurt's got it. John Sebastian.
All right, Kurt.
Kurt probably also knows. Stay on the road, Kurt. Stay between the lines. Kurt probably also knows the band that John Sebastian was known for being a part of in the 60s. Welcome back. Well, Kathy got the title. Kurt got the artist. So
is Kathy there?
Kathy, yeah. She says, welcome back. Dope. You beat me.
Kathy Caparula. Yep. All right.
Kathy Caparula.
Yeah, that guy was part of a band that did this song.
Oh. You can turn up that guitar, Troy. Still, it's very subtle. No, not the Lovin' Spoonfuls. Wait.
Yeah.
It was.
Yeah.
Why was I thinking the Young Rascals?
Yeah,
Dang,
he was a Lovin' Spoonful.
It was a Lovin' Spoonful, yeah. Kurt,
yeah.
You know what, Kurt? I would have gotten that wrong. But I mean, I know because I got lots of Lovin' Spoonfuls albums. But I don't know why I was thinking he was with the Young Rascals. Ugh. No, I mean, I love the...
Either one, yeah.
Yeah. I hold those two groups in the same regard, actually.
And here's a little trivia for you, Neal.
Yeah.
John Sebastian was playing with Lovin' Spoonful on Ed Sullivan, and a young Ray Parker Jr. saw that, and that's what made him want to play the guitar.
Wow. Well, that's
that was his inspiration. And so a young the guy that would come up with that riff heard
and Ghostbusters.
Heard that.
Jack and Jill.
And also, speaking of the Lovin' Spoonful, their song Somewhere in the City, Stevie Wonder said that his intro drum beat to Superstition is him trying to emulate that.
Wow. That's bizarre.
So there's a couple little...
Yeah.
Stay on the road, Kurt.
Stay on the road, Kurt. And John Sebastian's dad, John Sebastian's dad, I think, was also named John Sebastian, and he played harmonica on the Columbia label back in the days of the 78s. Welcome back, Kotter.
And I want to throw this in there, Neal, just because I have a chance here on Facebook. Most people think of Ray Parker Jr., you think of Ghostbusters, but he was an incredible and is still an incredible guitar player, and is on tons of hit records from the 70s and 80s and 90s. I mean, he's just on the Boss Gag stuff, like that Middleman album, and he's always providing those rhythm, and he always does this type of lick. I always know when it's Ray when I hear that. I'm like, that's Ray.
It's his signature note.
Yeah. But he's like the guy on the car wash, or I think he wrote that theme actually, or they took it from him.
Rolls-Royce.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he wrote, I remember I shared this with you, he was the one who wrote You Make Me Feel Like Dancing by Leo Sayer.
Yeah, what a great tune.
And the producer stole that and never gave credit to Ray about that. And it won a Grammy and all that stuff. And it
Ray's
wasn't
like,
Leo.
It's all right. I'll write it. I'll do another one.
Yeah.
I'll do another one that's better.
Yeah. So there's my Ray Parker Jr. in case Ray's watching right now.
Chris Castle's watching.
Oh, Chrissy.
There's going to be no Rex Smith on this one, Chris.
Oh, and he did have a TV show though in the 70s, but
Rex Smith did?
he had a after
Why?
something like a that's
No, after school specials don't count.
yeah, I don't think it was an after school special, but it was a regular. He had some type of movie. That's what got the whole thing started with Chris Castle, which we won't go into right now. Happy birthday, Chris.
Not laughing at you, Chris. We're laughing with you. So you better be laughing.
Yeah. Well, I'll say it, Neal. For those who don't know, Chris mentioned about listening to Rex Smith one time early during the pandemic. One day when she was cleaning her house, you and I told you about it during a text. We made a big thing about it, and eventually we got Rex Smith to sing You Take My Breath Away to Chris Castle for her birthday. True story, folks.
When I think of global pandemics, Rex Smith is one of the first things that comes to my mind.
Years from now, when we look back on this, he will be a part of our memory of the pandemic, Neal.
Yes. Every time I think about, it's an unfortunate title for this particular pandemic too, unfortunately.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, do you have another one, Neal?
Do I? Yeah, I'm gonna do an instrumental, I think.
Oh, okay.
This was a Quinn Martin production. Do you remember that guy that always had to say that over the instrumental?
Yes, that's right.
A Quinn Martin production. All right, I got this. It's an E minor.
That's not ringing a bell with me. And it's not an Anita Ward reference either.
He was the guy that was the star of the show was a very unlikely action figure. He was supposed to be the Scarecrow in The Wizard of Oz, but he was allergic to the face paint.
No. So he's an older gentleman.
Yep.
Or would have been older in the 70s.
Yes. He was also on this show.
Okay. So he was on that.
Claire has it. Claire got it.
Really?
Troy still doesn't. Troy can't see comments. Chris has it. And Kurt has it. Troy, you're falling behind, dude. You're young. You're young. Troy, you're young. It's okay. It was Buddy Ebsen in a Quinn Martin production of Barnaby Jones.
Oh, see, I remember the show. I don't remember the theme though.
Oh, yeah. See, I thought that was a memorable melody. I did.
Yeah.
Barnaby.
Of course, you can't forget Buddy Ebsen.
No, I've tried.
Most Lobos have a song either on one of their albums or they have an offshoot called the Latin Playboys, and they have a song called Buddy Ebsen.
Ooh, you, I'm just like Buddy Ebsen. That was Weezer. Wrong Buddy.
Yeah.
There were so many unlikely like action figure types. They were like guys that could barely run. Like Cannon.
Carl Malden.
Remember that one? Carl Malden couldn't run. Ironsides couldn't run. Sorry. That was inappropriate. Ironsides was Raymond Burr. He was in a wheelchair.
Mm-hmm.
Raymond Burr, and he was Ironsides. Any themes by Kurt? This is a question. Kurt. Hi, Kurt. Troy. This is a question from Kurt to you. Kurt wants to know if we know any themes by Wes Farrell. I know that name from a completely different context, and Kurt's going to call me on this if I don't fess up. Do you know who Wes Farrell is?
The name sounds real familiar, but I can't think of who
He
it
was
is.
like the Svengali behind all of those Partridge Family albums.
Oh, yes. Oh,
I think he was a session guy, but he was a producer or a co-producer on almost every Partridge Family album.
well, is that what Kurt is coding about there?
I don't know. Is that a 70s?
Is that what he's after?
You know what? I didn't even catch that. Did he write that one? What key is that in?
I can't remember now.
Come on, get happy.
Yeah. And there were good session players on all those records.
Really good session players. You know, I keep trying to go. I always go back to the albums because I really like those albums. There's tons of really good songwriting and lots of really good players on those albums.
Mm-hmm.
But I try to go back and watch the clips from the TV show. Oh, it's really, really difficult to watch, especially when they're pretending to sing. It's so difficult to watch.
You should share the because I don't remember who sang it, but you shared with me one time a YouTube video that had Susan Day in it.
Oh, that was creepy. What was that?
Yeah. Well, I don't know.
I
don't know what you watch.
That was back in the day when we couldn't stop talking about Charlene and Jim Steinman and those guys.
Yes.
What was that? I don't think she had anything to do with the content of the music. It was just some guy like,
right, yeah,
weird video tribute to Susan Day when she was really young.
Exactly. Yeah, I don't remember who it was though that did it.
It wasn't Benny Mardones, was it?
No, it couldn't have been Benny.
No, it wasn't him that made the video, but was it Into the Night? Was it the Benny Mardones song?
I don't think so.
It was something creepy like that, and it was showing a young Susan Day, and it was.
Yes.
I couldn't get to the end of it, and I'm sorry I shared that.
I think I told you the next night I was scared because I thought she was going to come into my dreams.
It almost makes me want to look that up again, but I'm afraid to. I never want to see that video again.
Okay.
And it wasn't. I'm sure. I was sure it was meant as a proper tribute. It just came off as disturbing or some. Yeah. Anyway, next.
Yeah. Yeah. Say, I shared with you before, Neal, that when we talk about these weird musical YouTube things that we find, I like to delete all my searches at the end of the night. in case I pass away through foul circumstances and the police have to go through my laptop or something, and then they would see what I was searching for, Susan Day, what's this like Charlene or whatever it is, I don't want that.
Steinman. Yeah. All right.
I don't want that.
Case closed.
Yeah.
The guy died of bad taste.
Yes. Yeah, I don't want that found in my record.
Yeah, they interview the cops later. It always gives me a chill when I go through somebody's YouTube search and the name Jim Steinman comes up. I just get these cold chills and I have to close it here. Fortunately,
for those who don't know, Jim Steinman is the writer of music that we don't care for and producer. Meatloaf. Making Love Out of Nothing at All by Air Supply.
Yeah, he was just horrible. Thankfully he never wrote a TV theme song.
Yes, and yet he still made it here.
That we know of.
Right. Well, I got another one for you, Neal.
Hit me.
Probably later 70s, I'm guessing.
All right.
The lyrics were written by Paul Williams.
Yes.
Who We've Only Just Begun, Rainbow Connection, just to name a couple.
Yep.
and others, but it went like this. Kind of imagine like a disco beat, a disco hi-hat going on, kind of. Yeah, kind of.
All right, I got it.
And then the bridge, the love. Set a course for adventure, a good romance.
Oh man, Love Boat. Paul Williams. Yeah, okay.
He wrote those lyrics.
That makes sense. You know what?
Set a course for adventure.
Set a course for adventure. Something on a new romance. Yeah, Chris can't. You can still turn up your guitar. It was, or maybe just play more aggressively, Troy.
Okay. Well, I like to play gently, but I'll. Whoa!
There you go. There you go. How about that, Chris Castle? That, of course, was the theme song to the sitcom Whole Lotta Love.
Yes.
Todd Bridges and Lola Falana. I don't know.
Well, does anybody remember who sang Love Boat, the Love Boat theme?
Who sang the Love Boat theme? It was not David Cassidy. Claire got that one right. Hey, Josh is watching. Josh Dick is watching. Hey, Josh.
Hey, Josh.
Isn't that cool?
Yeah. Josh's dad is the wonderful Joel Dick.
Kurt, thank you for that question. Kurt wants to know, did you ever play that while on a cruise ship? I think that question might be directed at you, Troy.
Well, I've never been on a cruise ship, so.
Chris is evidently on Wikipedia. Chris is
playing the role of Neal tonight.
Chris evidently got on Wikipedia because Chris Castle says Jack Jones without a question mark. Chris Castle knows.
Jack Jones.
Jack Jones. What did I say it wrong?
No, that's right. I'm just surprised that Chris knew that Jack Jones.
Chris knows everything. We were looking into this earlier in the day, Chris. We were looking up Jack Jones. It's like, what? I can't. They're like a bunch of that type of Jack Jones characters. I can't tell them apart. Like him and John Davidson and John Gary and Vic Dana. They were all, they were all just like these kind of loungy. They would take other people's hits and they would make an album out of it. So you could get Little Green Apples and The Windmills of Your Mind on the same. It was that kind of thing. They would always just do the like
yes.
hits of it. And these guys were all putting out the same album. The Jim Neighbors was in there. And it's almost, well, you can tell Jim Neighbors because he can't sing. But these guys all kind of sounded the same kind of way. But we were looking up Jack Jones to see, it's like, why was this guy ever a thing? And we found out that his dad was Alan Jones, who was in the Marx Brothers movies. He was always the romantic, normal guy that would go off into some distant place and serenade some woman with his semi-operatic voice. So Jack Jones has a musical pedigree, and Jack Jones has 2 Grammys, because he's still alive. From back before Troy was born, he did Lollipops and Roses and Wives and, what was that called? Lives. Hey, little girl, da 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 da. That was his other hit.
Yeah, Wives and Lovers.
The Beatles should have been winning those Grammys, but it was Jack Jones instead. Lounge Lizards, Chris has it right. And Kurt says, yeah, Golden Throats. Yeah, exactly. Do you remember those albums, Troy?
Yes, I still have them.
From Rhino Records?
Yes.
Jim Neighbors sang You Are the Sunshine of My Life.
Oh, yeah.
Man. Do I have to imitate him?
Yeah, you have to do his voice.
That's why I'll always be around. He sang it like he was reading the sheet music, and he couldn't, like he was being judged by some, these notes have to be. Sebastian Cabot reciting "It Ain't Me, Babe."
That's a great one. Yeah.
Yeah. If you spell great Grate, it's a great one.
And you told me you have the Sebastian Cabot album where he quotes Bob Dylan lyrics, right?
That's it. There's an entire album of Sebastian Cabot quoting. Well, there's a chamber orchestra playing in the background. Who thought this was a good idea? Okay. And he's reciting Bob Dylan lyrics. He's not singing.
And for anyone who doesn't know who Sebastian Cabot is, he was Frenchie, right?
Frenchie on A Family Affair.
Yeah. Or French or something, I don't remember.
That's a 60s one, though. We're out of bounds. I got a 70s one. You want to hear it?
All right, I'm ready. All
right. The guy who wrote this had an instrumental hit in 1964. It went to number 14 on the pop charts with an instrumental version of Fly Me to the Moon. I think it was after Sinatra did it, but this guy had a pop hit with an instrumental version of it. The guy who arranged it. And he wrote this one. This was mid to late 70s, and it was the closing theme, not the opening theme, but the closing theme of a popular dramatic TV show, primetime. Any ideas? Yeah. Yeah. It's such a well-written song.
Yeah. Has progressions in there that you don't normally find.
Yeah, it's very, very jazz thinking in its progression, and man, just like a haunting melody. I didn't like the show. The show didn't do anything for me.
My father, also known as the Famous Father, used to watch that show all the time.
He is famous. Kurt doesn't know. Kurt's taking a pass on this. Chris Castle doesn't have a clue. Chris also said it was Mr. French, Sebastian Cabot.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you, Chris.
He had the mustard factory.
Well, the theme you played was
The Incredible Hulk, starring Bill Bixby.
Yes.
And it was at the end of the episode. There would always be some police officer that was, "Well, I wish you well, son. I hope you find peace and shelter." And he would walk off, and he'd have something slung over his back, and he'd be hitchhiking down the road. And the song was called "The Lonely Man."
Yeah.
Written by Joe Harnell, who had the hit with. He also wrote the theme to The Bionic Woman, Joe Harnell.
Oh, interesting.
That one doesn't stick in my head for some reason. I just remember the sound effect when it showed how fast. In slow.
Yeah.
That's the sound of Bionics right there.
Yeah. Bionic Woman and $6 Million Man also.
Man. Yeah, a romance made in a laboratory.
Yeah, Lee Majors.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to share here a little, Neal. I don't know if I'm going to play, but I'm just going to share a little, I don't know if it's trivia, but there's a man by the name of Dave Grusin.
Yep.
He's a keyboard player, and he's a composer. He's written many movie themes and done soundtracks for like On Golden Pond, those type of. He's been nominated. Had a record label.
Right? GRP.
Mm-hmm. Yep, for jazz, like in the late 90s, maybe early 2000s. or
Maybe.
early 90s.
Even in the mid 80s.
Yeah. You're right. And he was a session player, but he also wrote some TV themes. And here's just a few of them that he wrote. He wrote the theme to Maude.
Did he write the lyrics too?
I don't know if he wrote the lyrics. I don't think he wrote the lyrics on any of these. But he wrote the theme to Maude.
Those Maude lyrics are fantastic.
And you and I know that the singer on the Maude theme is Donny Hathaway.
Johnny Hathaway. Did he jump?
Who sang like, yeah. He sang Where is the Love?
Where's the love? The closer I get to you. Someday we'll all be free.
Yeah.
Someday, no. What was the Christmas song he did? This Christmas.
This Christmas, yeah, one of Chris Castle's favorites, yeah.
Really? Cool.
So he wrote, or Donny Hathaway sang the theme to Maude.
Yep.
Or at least the demo, or was it the actual recording?
I think it was the actual recording. That sounds like him.
And
Lady
Dave
Godiva was a freedom rider. She didn't care if the whole world looked. Yeah, Joan of Arc with the Lord to guide. That's she was Joan of Arc with the Lord to guide her. She was a sister who really cooked. How does that get into a TV theme song? That is brilliant.
It wouldn't make it today.
And when the world was falling apart, Betsy Ross got it all sewed up. And then there's Maude.
And then there's Maude.
Man.
Well, here's a few other themes that Dave Grusin wrote.
All right.
The theme to Good Times.
Ain't we lucky we got them? Yeah. J.J. Walker.
And, Jim Gilstrap sang the lead vocal. And he's the guy who was in Stevie Wonder's band, Wonder Love. And he sings the opening line to You Are the Sunshine of My Life.
Yep.
The lyrics were by Alan and Marilyn Bergman.
Oh, they did lots of musicals.
Yes.
They did We're Playing Our Song. They wrote that one. And what else did they do? Did they write The Way We Were? Chris would know that, Chris. Would know that. I've got a recording of Chris singing that when she was in high school.
Wow.
Yeah, well. I don't know if I was supposed to keep a copy, but I did. Sorry, Chris. You sang wonderfully. What else did he write?
He also wrote, I'm gonna play a little of this one for you. Okay?
Play it aggressively.
All right. So he wrote. And the lyrics said, "Don't go to bed with no price on your head."
Yeah, don't do it.
And the chorus part went, keep your
eye. I'm on the wrong partial there. Go. Gets narrow. Yeah. Keep your eye on the sparrow.
Yeah.
Anybody got this one? I'm watching the comments. Kathy wanted to hear the Mod Squad. I don't remember that one.
Oh, I forgot that one too. Yeah.
You know what? I was not cool enough to watch that show. And there was another one called Room 222 about college kids. Kathy's got it. It's Beretta.
Yeah. And I was sharing with Neal that I had this album by a band called El Chicano, who had a hit song with Tell Her She's Lovely. And they didn't have the hit with this, but side one, track one is Keep Your Eye on the Sparrow. And that was the reason I bought this album.
Claire, Troy,
and Sammy Davis Jr. covered it.
Yeah, he had to. Claire says Stallone's brother. Did Frank Stallone do something?
Stallone is a singer.
Yeah. Well, kinda. What did he do? What was he known for?
And a guitar player.
Frank Stallone.
The only thing I ever knew Frank Stallone for was he wrote the soundtrack to the follow-up to Saturday Night Fever, the movie Staying Alive.
Oh.
And he had hits like Far From Over. Well, they weren't hits, but they were what was known.
Far From Over. That was a radio. Well, it got played.
Yeah, Moody Girl, which I still listen to that soundtrack to this day.
Oh, all right. Well.
Now, on a whole nother connection, there's a YouTube channel called Norm's, like classic guitars or vintage guitars.
Yep.
And Frank Stallone is there many times as a guest because he buys vintage guitars. But Robert Blake had a vintage acoustic guitar that he sold to them, and he's on a video there.
Am I wrong to think that Robert Blake had some connection with Phil Spector? No. Wait.
Other than...
Did Robert Blake, was he brought up on charges?
Yes, other than being accused for murder, I don't know if they have anything else in common.
Yeah, maybe that was around the same time, and they kind of like tried to get out of it because they were famous. Maybe that's what I'm thinking. Okay, never mind. Kurt being a trumpet player. Oh, Chris is asking about Starsky and Hutch. I don't remember that one.
Ooh, that's another good one. And with it being 8:50, Neal, we should share with people that we're only going till 9.
Yeah.
And I don't think we haven't even scratched the surface. We might have to do a part 2 of the 70s TV things.
We should zoom in. We should do like 73 to 74, and then we should do like, but TV shows didn't run that way. It wasn't like hit singles or something. Yeah, Kurt says they both killed someone.
Thank you, Kurt. Stay on the road, Kurt.
Kurt says he's home now. So everything.
Oh, okay. Don't keep your eye on the sparrow. Keep your eye on the road.
Keep your eye on the sparrow. Chris said, didn't Frank Stallone do a song for one of the Rocky movies? I don't know.
He did Rocky 1. There's like that doo-wop, taking it back or take it back, something like that, when they're around the trash can with the fire.
Okay.
That's him. That's him doing that part. Yes, Chris. Yeah, that's Frank Stallone. But I don't know about TV themes. That'll have to be something I'll have to research.
I got one more for you, Troy.
All right.
I don't think this was a Quinn Martin production, though. But it was a police-themed show. Make sure I get this right.
I remember the melody.
Yeah, it's memorable.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Is anybody gonna guess in the comments?
Yeah, I'm waiting for someone in the comment section here to.
I think it's a tricky one. It was an uncommon police drama in the sense that the lead character was a woman.
Yes.
I gave half of the title away. And I think wasn't she kind of affiliated with the Rat Pack? I think in a sense, yeah.
Was she married? She was married to.
That's okay, Claire. You can grasp at straws.
She was married to Burt Bacharach, wasn't she?
Whoa! I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Wow, way to go, Burt.
I say was.
Chris wants a hint. What do you think I'm doing, Chris? I'm giving you hints.
He threw woman in that woman.
Police woman. Chris got it.
Yay!
Police woman, starring Angie Dickinson. You got one, Troy?
Yeah, I'll give you another one.
All right.
Going back to Dave Grusin, he also wrote the theme to Alice. Just wanted to throw that in there. I didn't want him not getting that mentioned. But I don't remember how that theme went. But I know that he wrote that theme.
Wow, I gotta look that up. I know I'm gonna remember it the second I hear like the first couple of bars or something like that.
Here's what I'm going to share again,
All right.
just kind of a background, not necessarily playing. But the theme from the Jeffersons was written by a lady by the name of Jeanne Dubois. She wrote the lyrics.
Yep.
And if you don't know her, people, she was the neighbor on the TV show Good Times.
Yep.
Willona.
Whoa.
But
what a great character name.
She wrote the lyrics, the Jeffersons, and the guy who wrote the music was Jeff Barry.
Jeff Barry wrote Who Put the Bomb, right? He wrote Jeff Barry and Ellie Greenwich. They were a songwriting team, right?
Yeah.
I don't remember how her name is pronounced.
But he wrote.
What else did they? Yeah.
He wrote Do Wah Diddy.
Okay. He wrote
Walking
in the Rain.
He wrote To Do Run Run.
To Do Run Run. Good.
And he wrote Be My Baby by the Ronettes.
I think he wrote Walking in the Rain too by the Ronettes.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Wow. I got a picture in my mind of those two, Jeff and Ellie together. I think did they marry? I don't remember.
I'd have.
They were just a songwriting team. I should have done some research. I didn't know you were going to bring them up.
Well, neither did I. That's how our conversations go.
I know. It's kind of a rambling kind of thing. Can you play that one? The Jeffersons theme?
How did that go again?
Okay.
What key are you in?
Key of G.
G?
Moving on up. Man.
For those who, we were going to talk about this, Neal, that people have asked us, not necessarily together, but with other people, about doing live stream shows together with musicians playing together from different homes. And that kind of is why that can't be done, because there's this thing called latency. And we could be like just a split second or something like that apart. And that's what would mess everything up.
It'll sound like we don't know what we're doing.
Yeah. So that's why. So all you people that see these bands doing that on TV during the pandemic, that's because they have this great equipment, but usually they're recording each piece by themselves.
Yep.
And then somebody mixes that all together, and then they do a video of each person playing and things like that. So they're not actually doing it necessarily all together. I'm not saying that it's never done, but many of them are pieced together that way.
Yeah. Well, you could have one person doing it live, and then all the other players are already pre-synchronized.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know how Eric Whitaker does it. Have you seen those with the big virtual choirs? He's been doing that for quite a while.
Oh yeah. I don't know. Yeah, that's interesting.
How to
we got to
keep all of those people in tune. Have we met our time limit?
We got 2 minutes now. I'm going to throw you with one more theme here, Neal.
Do it. All right. Hers and his Three's company too. Yeah.
And then the bridge was. Or
It's like a monk thing. Like a Thelonious.
Yeah. There's a little. Yeah, it is. It's a cool.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And here's the cool thing of, well, I don't know if it's cool or not, Neal, but I'll share this. The singer was Ray Charles.
Wait.
But not that Ray Charles.
Wait.
This Ray Charles was featured on Perry Como specials and records.
Is it Wednesday, Troy?
Just to let you know.
Now, okay.
So how far apart are those two Ray Charleses?
Well, how far apart can two people be? It's like, okay, I'm a singer. I can sing in tune, and I want to have a career. My name is Raymond Charles. I think I'll keep that name. It's like, what? Really? Why wouldn't you?
Yeah.
But there was a group called the Ray Charles Singers that put out all kinds of like loungy albums.
That's this guy.
Oh.
Yeah, that's this guy.
How is he not the subject of constant lawsuits, even by fans? If you're a real Ray Charles fan, you should sue the Ray Charles Singer guy.
Because you might unknowingly go buy that album thinking you're hearing the background singers for Ray Charles.
They were called
Which
the
technically
Ray
you are.
Yeah. But I'm wondering. Yeah. I don't want to think too much about that.
It's a strange.
Yeah. Mm.
Well, Neal, we said we were going to keep people to an hour so we wouldn't ruin their whole Sunday evening.
You know what, Troy? You got to leave them wanting more.
Earlier today, Neal, I took the time, I strummed a few chord progressions for a theme song for us.
We're going to have our own theme song?
I think we should, if you could put a melody to it. I just have something like a...
All right, okay.
And then...
That sounds like the melody should be whistled.
Yes, yes. Those chords just came out. I thought, you know, I was trying to think of what could Neal and I have as like a live stream theme, and I'm not saying it's good, but it's the first thing that came out.
Yeah. All right. I'm in.
All right.
All right.
Well, we thank you all for watching. Those of you that stuck around.
Yes. And the comments too.
Yeah, and Neal and I will do this again when we have a free Sunday evening sometime. Yeah. Hopefully with a few weeks or a month, somewhere in that process, and we'll let Facebook know about it.
Chris is volunteering for vocals.
Oh, great. Now we got to come up with lyrics.
I don't know what to say. There are you know what, Chris? As long as I live, I will never forget him trying to hit that note at his advanced age. Talking again about Rex. We gave Rex Smith as a gift to Chris on her birthday, and he tried to hit that note. Well, he did hit the note. He didn't change the key or anything. Yeah. But it was strained, and I will never be able to forget that.
And how great it was! Like I'll never forget the first time I heard it. Like when the video was sent to me. And then he hits that note, and it was just pure joy for me to hear him try. It was just because it couldn't have been more perfect with everything going on.
Yeah, to the guy's credit, I love making fun of that guy because he's a one-hit wonder, and he's just milking it for all it's worth. But he did sing Gilbert and Sullivan. He did the Pirates of Penzance, and that is it's not an easy thing to do. tons of lyrics in those things. Gilbert and Sullivan were crazy. Not Gilbert O'Sullivan.
Yes,
And Sullivan.
Gilbert O'Sullivan could be the theme of another show for us.
Alone Again naturally should have been a sitcom.
Yes.
Let's do it. We can get Jim Steinman in on it.
Yes. I want to say to Rex Smith's credit,
yeah,
on the Cameo website where I looked up to get him to sing to Chris, it says sometimes it can take up to a week before they finish your request, and he finished within 4 hours and sent the video. So that was cool. Now Neal and I made a joke about that because he had nothing else to do, but that's beside the point.
Yeah, well, like I got something else to do. I would have responded in 3 hours. So, I shouldn't be talking.
Yeah, me either.
Yeah.
Well, Neal, I guess this has been fun. It's been fun for me, but this is just an example of what conversations are like between Neal and I. We when we see each other, we throw out little topics, and then he'll know something about something, and I'll add something to it. And even tonight, we kind of made a few little discoveries that we didn't know about. And,
it's like ping pong.
Yeah.
And keep in mind that everybody that's watching right now, you're just enabling us. So
yes. So we're going to do it again.
if there's any shame involved, it's like, hey, we got 7 viewers right now. Yeah, it's your fault that we're going to do this. If we do this again, it's your fault. Keep watching.
We'll go for 8 next time.
Yeah. Chris Castle says, best birthday present ever.
Oh, thank you, Chris.
Yeah. After 40 years, she's still smitten with Rex Smith.
Yeah. Well, Neal, should we sign off?
We should. Yes.
We keep promising, but we don't.
People need to find better things to do. There are TV shows to watch and TV shows theme songs to listen to.
Correct.
There are.
Well, thanks for watching, everyone.
Thank you.
I hope you had a fun Sunday evening with us.